Friday, May 12th, 2023, and here are my free 3 best bets. Let's go. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with DYF Bets and another sports betting video for you where we try to break down our best plays of the day so we can help you make money and we can run up that bag from our favorite sports and our favorite teams. Yesterday, we did have another winning day. We came so close to the sweep, 2 back-to-back winning days, so we love to see that. We cashed on Harden assists. That was easy money. Harden got that thing. Even though Sixers did not get the job done, he did get his assist there. We did hit on the San Francisco Giants on the money line, and we did lose on the late game 2-team parlay with Durant and Booker, that special alternative parlay I put together. That's tough. I thought the Suns were going to put up a fight. I thought they learned something last year, but I guess not. They got blown out in another elimination game, and you just hate to see it, but hey, it happens. So still 2-1 on the day. You can see our year-to-date record right here, still over 500, still over 500 in both the NBA and the MLB. That's what we want to see. We're going to look to continue to build on that momentum today. And as always, please like the video, subscribe to the video, and share this video with some of your friends as we try to make some money together. So let's dive into our first best bet. So for my first best bet of the day, I'm going to a player prop in the NBA, and I'm looking at Bam Adebayo over 8.5 rebounds. The best odds I've seen is -113 on FanDuel. So if you guys have been following me for a little while, whether in the Telegram or whether on my social media pages, you guys know that I love player props, and my favorite player props to take in the NBA are rebound props. Why? Because one thing that I can always guarantee is there are going to be a lot of shots, or whether a lot of foul calls, whether it's defense, doesn't matter. There's just going to be a lot of shots put up because that's just the way the NBA is, right? There's no better time to take a rebound prop than in the playoffs. Why? Because teams typically tend to play a little bit more defense, and we've seen that from both the Heat and the Knicks in this series. Bam, during the regular season, he averaged about 9 rebounds per game, and he's gone over this total in 2 of the 5 games in this series. So you're probably like, no, but why are you putting out a pick and it's not even have over a 50% hit rate? Because this is the thing, all the games that in which he went over this total, the 2 games, were the 2 games that they played at home. And guess where this next game is tonight? It's at home. The 2 times that he went over, he went double-digit rebounds. The 3 times that he lost, he literally fell on the 8. So that's why the book put it at 8.5. Like I mentioned, we do have a low total at about 208, so I'm also looking at the under in this game as well. So I think there are going to be a lot of missed shots. I think the Knicks know if they're going to win this game and send it back to the Garden, it's going to happen on the defensive end. The Heat are going to look to close this thing out, but I think this is going to be a really tough battle for both teams as it is an elimination game, and it should be tough defense played here. So I really like the fact that Bam is probably going to play a lot of minutes. He's grabbed these rebounds at home in this series over the last 2 games before, so I'm just expecting him to repeat the performance today, as I think the Heat are going to win this game today to close it out at home. And I think it's just, if the Heat are going to win, it's either going to take a Jimmy Butler performance or Bam to show up and help clean up the rebounds. So give me Bam over 8.5 rebounds as my first best bet of the day. For my second best bet, we're going over to the baseball diamond, and I'm taking a total in this matchup. Typically, I don't put out a whole lot of totals. I'm not a big fan of total plays in baseball, but I think today's matchup screams over. And I like the Red Sox and Cardinals over 10 runs. And the best odds I've seen is -120 on Caesars. Some of the books have moved it to 10.5, so don't be surprised. I do like it at 10.5 as well. But, I think there is a run scored in the first inning, so if you're thinking about waiting a little bit, you might not get it at the same type of odds and value. The reason why I like the over in today's matchup is because of the pitching matchup that we have here. We've got Adam Wainwright versus James Paxton. So let's start with James Paxton, who's on the mound for the Red Sox, and he's primarily a minor league pitcher. He's made one other major league start this season in which he went 1.1 innings against the White Sox back on April the 6th, and he gave up 1 walk and 1 earned run before they even pulled him out that game, right? Now on the other side, we've got Adam Wainwright, who's a veteran who's been pitching for it seems like forever. I think this is his final year before he retires, and he started off the year on the injury reserve list because of an injury that he suffered in the World Baseball Classic, and he made his season debut last Saturday against the Tigers, and he was a bit rusty in that matchup. He went 5 innings, he gave up 8 hits, 4 earned runs, and that's tough. Now, you're talking about now heading into Fenway Park against a really hot Red Sox team who've won a lot of games over the last 2 weeks or so. They're going to a hitter-friendly ballpark like Fenway Park. That's going to be tough for 2 pitchers who are not really in the sharpest of form. One is a minor league pitcher who's not really used to the majors, and the other one is a veteran who really doesn't have his best stuff anymore. So for me, everything is screaming the over in this game. Boston is third in runs per game. They're averaging over 5.5 runs per game, and the Cardinals are 12th in runs per game, averaging just under 4.5 runs per game. So both of these teams can score the ball. That they've got some powerful bats on both sides, whether it's Rafael Devers or Paul Goldschmidt. So you might want to look at a few home run props as well. And if you're looking for another angle, you might want to lean to the Red Sox team total over 4.5, as I think that's the better of the two options between the two teams. As I think the Cardinals, they leave a lot of runners on base, they leave a lot of guys in scoring position. They have not been able to just close the deal just yet this year. So because of that, I think the Red Sox are the team that's going to win this game. They are the team that's going to score more runs. But I like the overall over in the game, but you might want to look at the team total as well. And for my final best bet of the day, we're staying in the MLB, and I'm taking a run line here. I typically don't put out a whole bunch of run lines, but I do like the Texas Rangers today on the run line, and I've got them at minus 110 on Caesars as the best odds. And truthfully, if you can get minus 110 even on the run line against the Oakland Athletics, I think that's prime value. Like I've said, the A's are going to win some games this year, and I'm going to lose some bets on them because I'm literally fading them almost every single game. Like, the A's are one of the worst teams in baseball, and we've got a matchup here, a pitching matchup that's just a huge disparity. We've got Martin Perez on the mound for the Rangers, and we've got Ken Waldichuk on the mound for the A's. Now, if you tuned into yesterday's show, I gave out the San Francisco Giants in the money line pick, and the main reason why I liked it was because of the pitching matchup. And I like the same type of angle today. We have two pitchers who are trending in completely different directions, and they also have completely two different offenses and lineups to back them up. Ken Waldichuk is on the mound for the A's, and he's been pitiful this year, okay? He's 1-2 with a 7.25 ERA. In his last start against Kansas City, he gave up 6 walks, 4 earned runs, and 2 home runs in 5 innings. And that's against a Kansas City Royals team that's truthfully not known for their offense. Their offense has been better of late, but they're not one of the top scoring teams in all of baseball, and typically don't have the best batting average or on-base percentage. So to give up that type of volume to the Royals, that speaks a lot. And then also in the game before that, they played the Reds, and he gave up 6 hits and 3 earned runs. You can't do that in terms of giving up free base runners with a walk. You can't be giving up the home run ball, especially to a team like the Rangers. The Rangers have one of the best offenses in baseball. They're first in runs per game at averaging over 6 runs per game. They're 6th in batting average. They're 5th in on-base percentage. So because of all those hitting stats, you're telling me you got a guy here who can't control the ball, who's also giving a lot of home runs and hits, and doesn't strike out a ton of batters either. That's tough to see, and because of that, that gives me all that I need to know to take the Rangers here. But now if we also look at Martin Perez, who's on the mound for the Rangers, he's pitched fairly well this year. He's 4-1 with a 3.86 ERA. Now, his last start, he gave up 7 runs against the Angels, and that 3.86 ERA includes those 7 runs. So that just kind of tells you how sharp he was to get the year started. And hopefully he can bounce back today, and there's truthfully not a better team to pitch against when you want to get back in form than the A's because of how weak their offense is. And then another thing that I took a note of is that Martin Perez faced the A's 3 times last year on the road in their stadium. He had 20 innings of work, he had 17 strikeouts, and had a .9 ERA in those 20 innings in those 3 matchups against the A's last year. So obviously it is a different A's lineup this year than last year, but we know that Martin Perez is used to the stadium, used to that mound. We like to see the stats in terms of he's had success in this area before. So because of that, all the numbers say take the Rangers on the run line. They should be able to score more than 2 runs and beat the A's pretty handily here. It also helps that the A's don't hit left-handed pitchers well. And if you're looking to just take the money line and parlay it with another pick to get plus value, then I would take the Yankees on the money line. They're playing the Rays, but the Yankees are sending Garrett Cole to the mound, and the Rays are going with a bullpen game. Bullpen games are a little tougher to handicap just because you got pitchers going 1, 2, 3 innings, but I think that's very hard to pitch against when you're going against an ace on the other side. So you might want to take a look at the Yankees on the money line and the Brewers as well on the money line, as they're sending Corbin Burnes to the mound, and the Royals are doing a bullpen game as well. So there was a reason why I didn't put out those 2 picks in like a 2 or 3 team steamer, just because all the odds are not out there, especially for that Yankee game just yet. Go with the Texas Rangers on the run line, but if you want to get some better value and odds, then you might want to do the money line for the Rangers and then add the Yankees or the Brewers into it as well. Well, that's it, my friend. Those are my 3 best bets of the day. Hopefully we can sweep the board today. We went 3 straight winning days. If you join the Telegram group, you guys know I'm adding some more plays every single day. We added Jokic's points and assists yesterday. That was easy cash money at over 40.5. So that was a great little tuck me in bet to help cover what we lost on the Kevin Durant and Devin Booker parlay. So make sure you guys are joining that Telegram, so this way you guys can be up to date with all my picks, all my nerfies, all my live bets, everything else that I'm taking a look at. As always, make sure you're practicing bankroll management and you're not over leveraging too much and staying consistent in your picks. Can't wait to see you guys on Monday. And as always, dictate your fate and let's make some money today. Later.